identification to the planet. They don't know where they came from. And so-called black people cannot make people with animal DNA because we do not have animal genetic sequences in our genes. It's point blank and simple. We have antigens that sit on the outside of our cells, but inside the cell and the nucleus where their DNA sits at, it's in the nucleus is where their DNA sits at, sends information to the RNA to develop the structure of the cell. Antigens on the outside of our cells cannot change our cellular structure. Pause. 98%. The genetic DNA similarities between pigs and human beings is 98%. Pause. And this is why you can take their organs from pigs and implant them inside their anatomy and they can function, but they can't take our organs no more because we're no longer as densified. See, everything is becoming less dense, and less dense means everything is not being held together. So those gene sequences that are no longer matching for on a micro level. So here we go right here. How much DNA humans shares with rats? Chimpanzees are our closest relatives as a species, and we share at least 98%. Why is this important? This is where you have Elon Musk doing what you call nanotech to make one living species. There is nothing natural on the planet that no two natural animals. Like, for example, you're not going to see a zebra and a giraffe trying to reproduce with one another. These are two natural animals on the planet that will not reproduce with one another. Point blank and simple. Our closest instinct relative, the chimpanzees, as many as 7 million years ago. Now hold on for 1 second. You can't track the eukaryotic cell organism on this planet no further back than maybe, I'm gonna say maybe 200,000 years, if that, because this entity been playing God on this planet for quite some time, creating other animals and other species on this planet. But however, understand, you cannot trace no other species, all other races, you can't trace them back no more than 6,000 to 8,000 years on the planet. And what you call the human state. Now you can go back maybe 30 to 40,000 years with Neanderthals, but you can't go back when they're in what you call the Homo sapiens state, what you call the human state today. You cannot trace them back no further than 6,000 to 8,000 years. And they make an excuse or why these people no longer can interbreed with these animals. And with the chimpanzee, they have other animal genetics. And this is where all STDs and viruses come from. Right here, if black people was just asleep with black people and no other species, we wouldn't have any viruses and diseases. This is a direct result of mixing blood that you shouldn't be mixing. Abundance and gratitude to all.